everybody. Welcome to the MakeCode Arcade Advanced stream. I'm Shannon. I'm at Shakao on the MakeCode forums.
And I'm Vivian at Live Cheerful on the MakeCode forums. Let us know if you see anything funky going on with our stream today. It's my first time hosting, so shout it out and I'll fix it.
Yeah. Yeah, just let us know if there's any technical difficulties and we'll pause and figure it. Cool. So today I thought it would be fun to make like a carnival game. And I don't really know what kind of carnival game. So some of the ones that I have seen people playing in movies.
Wait, Shannon, have you never been to a carnival before?
I don't know if I've ever played. I've been to like state fairs, but we don't like, you know, my parents are always like, oh, you can't play. The games are all rigged. It's
That's
like,
true. I don't know if I've played any carnival games either. I've just seen them.
But yeah, so there's the one where you're throwing baseballs and you're trying to knock coconuts off of pillars, and there's ones where you're throwing darts to explode water balloons, and one where you take a hammer and you hit like a button thing and the the bar like fills up.
Are you gonna do all of these?
No.
Oh,
we're
okay.
gonna pick one at random.
Okay.
Do you have any other carnival game?
There's some kind of shooting game, but I'm not sure how that works. There's the Hall of Mirrors.
Ooh.
There is Dunk Tank, basketball games.
Cool. Okay.
That's all I can
do any of these sound particularly interesting?
I thought the balloon dart one was fun. I hadn't thought of that one before, but I feel like what do you feel in your heart, Shannon? You're the one creating this.
Yeah. Let's see. I think we can do the balloon dart one, and then maybe with a mechanic where you have to like hold down the A button to see how hard you're throwing it while you're moving the arrow keys to aim also.
So like would this use projectile or make our own projectile?
Yeah. So I think, okay, let me maybe like try and lay out what, so this will be the scope, and it'll be something like this. So I'm thinking you'll have actually I want this to be an odd number. So you can aim using the D-pad, so the arrows, and then press A to shoot. Centered, probably. And okay. This guy think about it for a bit. Cool. So here's the aiming mechanism, and
looks very professional.
And then I'm going to, let's see, I think I'm going to have a dart on the bottom of the screen that is like following horizontally as you move. So I'm going to make and this will be a projectile that hasn't flown yet.
Hasn't projected yet.
Yes. A pre-projectile.
A projectile.
I don't really know.
Looks pointy.
Yeah. I mean, darts are like, they're like what, long, and they have like feathers on the end?
Yeah, to like streamline it, to stabilize it in flight.
Okay, so this would just be the front half, and the feathers will come out when it. I guess I should draw the whole thing and position it such that you can't see half of it. That makes more sense. Okay, so say we do this, and then I'll give it this.
Looks super fast.
Something like that. Cool. Okay. So, oh, right. I thought it would be off. So here's our dart, and then I'm going to stick it to the bottom of the screen. Cool. And then I'm going to have it just follow the player. So I'm going to set the darts Y to 0, and I think that should conveniently place it half off screen. And then in a game update, I'm just going to have the dart X match the scope X.
Wait, shouldn't the Y be screen height?
Yes.
Okay, cool. It's been a while since I've thought about arcade, and I was like, which one's Y again?
I always have to think about it before I say it, and I'm still wrong half of the time.
At least, well, I feel like it might be more exciting if you're wrong more than half of the time. That's closer to being right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So, okay,
Cool.
scope X. Oh, right. Game update happens before. So what's happening here is it's calling this game update before we've created all of the items. Although it should run on start first. Yeah. Maybe that was just a slow compile thing. Okay. So now we have the dart following. And then I'm going to, for now, I'm just going to, on A button pressed, I'm going to launch it. And yeah, so I think it's just going to move up the screen, and then we'll determine the velocity later. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this on A button released. And I'm going to set the darts VY to, let's just do -80 for now. So moving up the screen. And then I'm actually going to make a function that is make dart. So we'll make another one as soon as we launch this one. Okay. So this guy's here. I'm going to call this function and call this function. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set this dart to destroy itself when it goes off screen. So I'm going to set dart auto destroy true. And that just means when it leaves the boundaries of the screen, the sprite will destroy itself. Okay. So let's try this. So now if I press A, nothing happens, but when I release, it launches. Cool. Okay. So let's make some balloons. And I think to do that, I'm going to use a tile map. So I'll go into scene, drag out the set tile map. And I want the tile map to be the same size as my screen. And so that's going to be 10 by 8, because our screen is 160 by 120. And then I'm going to, I don't know, do a shelf of some kind.
Oh, isn't there another game where you have like bottles and you're hitting those?
Is it, so you're trying to like knock them off?
I think so, but maybe there's stuff inside the bottles. I don't remember. It's been so long. The Carnival.
Okay, I like that. I like the idea that you knock it off and then you get like a random thing. Like,
Ooh.
that's kind of fun.
Well, you don't have to change direction. That's what I was reminded of when you said shelf.
Okay, so we'll do this side of the shelf. And then I'll just make another one that is just flat. Cool. And then I guess I should just fill. There we go. Okay. I guess the other problem is I need space to mark out where well, no, I can just put balloons on random, these middle ones, right? Okay. So, oh yeah, run. Cool. That's something. Oh, right. Now that we're a tile map. So setting a tile map means that the edges of the tile map are defined as walls. So what's happening is the sprite is hitting the wall and then it's not, going off screen. So it's never destroyed. So in addition to auto destroy, I'm going to set destroy on wall to be true. Okay, and then I will also make a function that is like make balloon. And we'll draw a balloon sprite. So something like this.
Can you hear the airplane going past my house?
No, I can't.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Cool. It's very loud.
Oh no.
I'm under a flight path, I think. So there's airplanes all the time.
Oh. I guess. Is it like regular airplanes or like the lake airplanes?
Oh, both.
Okay. So here's my sad balloon.
Why is it sad?
And I'm going to make a new kind, which is balloon. And and then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make this balloon a random color. So, so it starts out orange, right? So I'm going to take this, the image, yes, from the water balloon, and I'm going to change orange to, and then I think I'm going to make a list of, yeah, I think I'm going to make a list of colors. I don't want it to be all of them. Some of those colors are not good balloon colors. So that's a text list. So I'm going to go into arrays, drag out this list. And this is going to be balloon colors. Okay, so I think red is a good color. Pink is a good color. So red is 2, pink is 3.
I'm glad that there's a high bar for water balloon colors. This makes me very happy.
It's important that they're coordinated.
Yeah.
Orange is fine, yellow is fine. So 4, 5, and then I think green and blue. 5, 7, and purple 10. I think that's correct, but I guess we'll see. So the cool thing about Arcade is each of these colors is actually a number. So I have this array of numbers, and I can pick a random element from this array. So I'm going to go into math. I'm I'm going to get pick random, and then I'm going to go in array and do list get value at, and also the length of the array list. Also one more math block. So you guys have seen us pick random things from arrays, I'm sure, but essentially what I need to do is I need to get the value from balloon colors of a random number between the length of balloon colors minus 1. So pick random, get value at random, and I can put that into this color. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over each of the like middle shelf tiles, and with some % chance I'm going to like put a balloon on it. So that'll be for element of, and then inside scene there is array of all tile locations, shelf, and then I'm going to call make balloon. I guess I could have this return the balloon. That's probably a good thing. All right. So I'm going to do if % chance, and let's start with like 60, a little over half. And then I'm going to place my sprite on top of location. So the location is the value. So we're iterating over each of these locations. And the sprite is the balloon. So I call make balloon. Okay, let's try. Balloons.
Oh, what a lovely array of colors.
Cool. And then the other thing I need to do is right now our target is sort of below the balloons because it's being created first. So I'm going to move it to the top by setting the Z index. So Z depth 2. Okay, so we have a bunch of balloons. These to also be on top of the balloons. So I think I want how long you're holding down the A button to be like the power of your throw. And then the power is going to determine like which of these balloons it hits. If any. So
maybe when you move your scope, should it only be like left and right and not up and down too?
Ooh, that's true. Yeah, because the power is determined by the throw anyway, right? So then maybe we don't even need the scope. We just want the left and right arrows to control the dart. Well,
the scope looks so cool. Or maybe if you have the scope higher, it gives you like an indicator how long you want to hold the A to get there.
I like that. It'll give you something to like, it'll give you like a marker, and then you'll try and like hit that to like land the thing. Okay, cool. So let's figure out how to code that. Okay, so I'm gonna start with just like doing some measure of power, and when you release, I'm going to use that in the velocity and also use that to calculate like where the dart lands, so the collision. So let's drag out this on A button pressed, and I think I'm going to need to save like a start time. So And then inside game, we have this time since start. So this will give you like a timestamp. So I'm saying I press the button here, and then on a button released, I can get the difference. So okay. And I can set that. The difference between the current time since start, and I'm going to stop the simulator. So time since start now minus this start press. Cool. Okay, so this is how long I've been holding down the button in milliseconds. Let me just very quickly have the sprite say this so we can get sort of a sense of like what our like min and max should be. And so this is a number, so I'm going to use a join block. And check out this press time. Cool. Okay. So cool. So now if I A, that was 500, and then if I hold A, okay.
How does it feel?
Yeah, so I think like one very short press, 0, is like 50 to 100-ish, and then like a long press is like maybe 1,000 milliseconds. So I think that's our range. 50 on the low end, maybe like 1,000 to 1,200 on the high end. So now we need to figure out, okay, let me actually write this down in a comment.
Yeah, I've already forgotten the numbers.
Yes. Shortest is ms. Longest is 1,200 ms. And so I think to start with, we want to map our velocity to that. So I think we have a map block that I can use. I think I want our lowest velocity to be, okay, so this is the lowest velocity to be like negative 30. Oh, and then let's do 120 for the high.
So then is it like we're going to give the dirt a lifespan and wherever it ends up?
Ooh, yeah.
Is where okay.
That's really good. Yeah.
Easy.
Okay. Yes, definitely. So let me think. Yeah, I'll set the velocity and then we can play around with the lifespan numbers and just see like where it, how to like scale these numbers to get the effect that we want. So let's see, do we have, a map. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, I think this should work, hopefully. I actually don't know. Let's just try it directly, and then I don't know how it's gonna work on negative numbers. If it's bad, we'll just do it on positive numbers and make it negative. So we want to map this press time. And we know the low is gonna be 50 and the high is 1,200 to a low of, okay, we will need to invert it. 30, 120, and then I want the negative of this. Okay, so I think what this should do is it should convert our press time, low, so the shortest press time is 50, to the shortest output speed, which is 30, and then we're going to take the negative of it. Let's see how this works. Okay.
Oh, very
that
slow.
Seems slow. And then if I hold it,
ooh, fast.
Okay, cool. So then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to set a lifespan directly, like Vivian said, and we're going to see where it disappears. So let's see. So I want, if slow is 30, that's 30 pixels per second, and we want it to go, there's a lot of math. I'm just gonna set it to like half a second for now. And we'll see how it goes. And I don't want the X, I want the lifespan. I think this will be too short. I think maybe 1 second. Because 30 pixels is about 2 tiles. All right. Okay. So now.
It makes it.
Yeah. It gets it there. And then if I hold it.
Oh.
Cool. Okay, I like this because if you hold it for a long time, you have a possibility of overshooting, I think.
Oh.
And then so you do have to sort of aim for this middle area.
It's a game of skill.
Cool. Okay. So I'm going to remove this say. We don't need it anymore. And then the last thing to do is it should destroy a balloon if it's overlapping a balloon. So let's see. So I think the thing I'm going to do is basically what I need to use is I need to use this on sprite destroyed, on sprite of kind destroyed. So when the dart is destroyed, I need to check if it's over any balloon, right? The thing is, I can't check to see if it's over, like I could go over every balloon and just see, you know, is it over one of them? Or I could destroy this sprite. I could make a copy of it that's a different kind, and then I could use the overlaps function to see if.
Oh, hot take. Love it.
Okay, let's try this. So I'm basically going to, when the dart's lifespan is up, it's going to destroy itself, and a dart is a projectile. So I'm just going to make an exact copy of this. So rename variable. And then I'm going to make this a collider. So I'm going to set the image to be the image of this sprite, and then I'm just going to set the X and the Y. And I think that's all we need because I'm also going to instantly destroy this. So sprites, and this is the yeah, cool. So what I'm doing here is I'm making a new sprite with the same image as the sprite that was just destroyed, and also the same X and Y position. So it'll, you know, appear in the exact same position. And then I'm going to do on sprite of kind collider overlaps with other sprite of kind balloon. I'm going to destroy the balloon. And I think I also need to set a lifespan on this collider so that it destroys itself. Okay, so destroy balloon with effect spray. Cool. Yeah, it's a water balloon.
I feel like we're pushing the limits of arcade. How many blocks can we use? What are the tricks?
Okay, let's see if we can destroy some balloons. Oh, I need to hit play. Oops, that's interesting. Okay, so it doesn't look like it is. Oh, this is uncreated. Oops. There we go, on destroyed. Okay, so this is on destroyed, sprite of kind projectile. Create a copy that is a different kind and set it to the position of the thing we just destroyed. Okay, so now. Yeah, oh.
Wow.
Destroyed a bunch of them. I guess that's okay. Maybe it's a feature. Oh, goodness. Right, and the other thing I need to do is I need to destroy the dart. And so to do that, I'm just going to set a lifespan so that it destroys itself. So set dart copy lifespan to like 50 milliseconds.
Wait, Shannon, was that a seaplane?
I think it's I'm by a highway kind of.
Oh, okay, sad.
Big truck.
I was hoping that you asked me about the lake planes because you have been haunted by the lake planes.
We do get lake planes. I think we actually get regular planes too, because I don't know, it sort of, as long as you're like by the coast, you're kind of on the flight path to SeaTac.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So now if I miss, the dart destroys itself. If I hit, it destroys. Ooh. I wonder if it's destroying itself before it can run this overlaps.
Oh.
Let me make the lifespan a little bit longer.
Could you set the lifespan in the overlaps? Or what if, it might not overlap something.
Yeah. For how to fix this. Okay, so that destroys itself normally. Cool. And then, yeah, basically. Okay. So then, let's see. Yeah, let me very quickly do this. I'm going to add the animation package. So if I click Advanced, Extensions, and then I click Animation here. So this extension adds a new drawer to the toolbox, which lets you do animations on sprites. And so
what are we animating?
I'm going to animate the dart when it like lands. I'm just going to make it like get smaller or something. And so the animation will take some amount of time, and that will guarantee that we have time to like run our overlaps before the sprite destroys itself. So I have this new animation category, stop simulator, and I'm going to animate the dart copy. And a cool thing that we can do in this version of Arcade is I can click on the image. I can do Control-C, so Control-A to select all, Control-C to copy, and then I can go into this animation editor and Control-V to paste. So this is all due to Jacob, who is one of our awesome open source contributors on GitHub. Okay, so we're going to start with this. And then I'm going to duplicate it, and I think I'm just going to make it like, I don't know.
Perspective.
Right. And then, and I'll do one more frame for it to be like very small. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I think if I play it fast enough, it won't matter.
Oh, totally. Our brain will do the work for you.
Okay, so we have this little animation preview up in the top right corner, and then this is the length of the animation. So I can hit play, and then, yeah, it's doing something. I think it needs to go higher up with each frame. Cool, good enough. And I want loop off, so I want it to animate once. And the total length of this animation is 300 milliseconds. So I'm going to set the lifespan to be also 300. So it's going to animate once and then destroy itself. Okay. So I think that means that should at least guarantee that it, like, looks nice. Animation, let's see.
Is it animating?
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
I don't know if you can get on over the call.
I think I can see it.
Oh, okay, awesome. Cool. Perfect. So that's that. And then the other important thing is that we wanted it to be where you're aiming gives you like a target for like how much power you need. And so to do that, we need some sort of visualization of the power that you're currently at. So I'm going to add another extension. Well beloved, if you go to the bottom, yeah, here we go, status bars.
Shannon, what's your favorite extension?
What's mine? I think mine is the animation one. It's just so like multi-purpose, or the story extension because I like the text. But
I like that the text beeps. I feel like it adds a lot of character.
I think your favorite extension is also a pretty good one.
I feel like I chose like a powerful one.
Yeah.
Not like a beautiful one.
Oh, cool. Survived. Okay. So I'm going to make a status bar on like, let's see, maybe just on the side, or it could be next to the...
The side makes sense because then it's like the depth too.
Cool. Okay. So
or this side. Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
Sorry?
Were you saying like a vertical one next to the pointer thing?
Yeah. But I think the side is better because you have like more space also, and it's not like blocking anything.
Can we make vertical bars?
Yes, there was one in the preview image.
Right.
So
I've never done this before.
Okay, so I'm going to drag out this set status bar to create status bar kind, and then let's look at these blocks.
Display.
Position, padding. Is it just if I set?
Maybe it's like width and height.
Yeah, let me try this. So if I make the width small, or maybe like 6, and I make the height very tall, what happens?
I'm so excited.
Wait for that guy to load. The other thing I can think of is, I don't really know. I guess we should also set the value. So it starts out, the defaults are 100 is the maximum, and the value I think is also 100. So I'm setting it to half, so we should see what direction it becomes half in. Hey!
Wow.
Awesome!
Bravo, Joey.
Yeah.
What foresight. Amazing.
Cool. So then I'm going to actually rename this to Power Bar.
That's what I would have named it. I was thinking power bar very aggressively.
And its kind is going to be energy. And maybe I will also give it some. Oh, I think energy has different default colors. Give it a border, and then I'm going to move it to be on the side of the screen. So status bars are also sprites, so anything you can do to a sprite, you can do to a status bar. So I am going to set the power bar's left to like 8. All right. Ooh, energy is yellow. That's pretty good. It looks like the border eats into the thing, so maybe I'm just gonna make everything wider. Maybe we only need 1 pixel of border. Make this 8. Cool. All right. So here's our status bar, and then here, when the A button is being pressed, we are going to fill in the status bar. So actually, I don't even need this time since start. I could just like slowly increase the value in the status bar and use that as like our power.
Do we want to have an indicator of what they should aim for, or they're just trying to map from like what they've tried before?
Yes, I think we need an indicator also. But I think that's also going to be some math, and I haven't exactly worked out.
Sounds good.
We're going to need the indicator to match basically the math that we're doing here with the lifespan and the speed. So hopefully, I think we should be able to calculate it.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so what I'm going to do instead is, let's see. So this game update, I think I'm just going to use the same game update, and I'm going to, when you press down the A button, so on the first press, I'm going to set the status bar to 0, the value. So like we're going to erase everything, power bar. And then on the game update, if the A button is pressed, I'm going to change the status bar value by 1. So it'll slowly start filling up. And then here, instead of press time, we're just going to call this power. And we're going to use this is status bar, should be power bar. And we're just going to grab whatever value is currently in the power bar. And then we're going to need to map it. So now power bar goes from 0 to 100. Okay, and then we still want our speeds to be the same. Okay, well, I think maybe we want this to be lower. And then after we do this, I think we also want to set the power back to 0, just so it like erases. Okay, so let's try this. I can also remove this. I'm gonna set it to 0. Okay, so if I press A, cool, slowly filling up, and then if I release, launches a dart about halfway down the screen, so that's good. Okay, and then if I fill it up all the way, and it's filling up pretty slowly right now, which I think will make this game easy. So let's see. I'm going to set the value to 0, and I'm going to turn off the transition, which is smooth transition. Off. So I guess to make it, I like that it's 100. I think that's a number that will make life easier for us when we're doing math. So I'm just going to change it by like 2 twice as fast.
These are Carnival games after all. They have to be hard.
Okay. Oh, I need to turn smooth transition off before I set the value. Oops. Okay. And then, let's see then. So I think that's okay. Also. Oh. Cool. Okay. So now the math. Let's see. I think we need like an indicator, and it's gonna be a sprite that just like moves up and down the power bar, and it's gonna follow our scope the same way the dart follows the scope. And the indicator position should be, okay, so if you're aiming on this lowest row, you want the dart to travel like 2.5 tiles. So that's like 40 pixels. So if, let's see, 40 pixels.
Paper.
Oh yeah.
Cannot do this in my head.
Need to pause this. So it lives for 1 second. So, okay, wait. So I think this math is
easy.
Not as bad.
Nice.
We just needed to go 40 pixels per second, and our velocity is already in seconds. So I think that means 40 pixels in 1 second equals Vy at -40. And then the furthest one means it should travel the whole height of the screen, maybe minus a little bit. So say it's like 110 pixels equals Vy at -110. Cool. Okay, so 110 is actually higher than our current power bar value. So I'm just going to increase the maximum. Is this math right? I guess we'll find out.
I say just go for it. Let's see. These games are rigged anyway, Shannon.
There we go. Oh, no. I know what to do. I just need to change how I'm mapping it to the velocity. So the max is still 100. So I want from 0 to a high of 100, and then the low of 20 and a high of 140. So that, you know, if you're too low, you miss, and if you're too high, you also miss. And then based on, okay, so then if we want the Y position of the scope, the screen height minus scope Y is how far the dart needs to travel
Mm-hmm.
And I need to map that to a number between 0 and 100. So, let's see, so 40 pixels. So going from if 0 equals 20, I need to figure out which number will give me 40. So this is 120. So 40 over 120 equals x over 100, which means if I multiply the 100 equals x, yes?
Yeah.
And then I can remove all of the zeros and I should get 40 over 12, which is, let me just put that into the, three. Okay. And then the other one is going to be 10 over 12, which is, nope, 100. Something is wrong.
I don't know what these numbers mean.
Okay, I'm just going to set, I'm going to make a marker and I'm going to set it sort of relative to where I think it should be, and we'll just kind of see how it goes.
I like this plan.
Really sorry about trying to do math on stream, guys. You should.
No, we gotta work our brains, Shannon. Is the brain a muscle? No, it's not a muscle. Never mind. I don't have to break out my brain.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a little triangle for the indicator. And I'm gonna also outline it, I guess. Oops. Cool. Oh no, why is this wrong? Okay. And then in the game update where I'm positioning the dart, I'm also going to position the indicator. So the first thing I need to do is I'm going to set the indicator top to the status bar top, power bar, so that they're like lined up, and then I'm just going to change it by the number of pixels that I want. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to here set the indicator left to the status bar right. And the status bar doesn't exist right now, so I'm going to need to move it up here. Okay, and then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change, so I've moved it up, and then I'm going to change the Y position. Indicator Y. Nope. By, I think it's going to be the screen height. Actually, here, let me line it up with the bottom. And then I'm going to do the negative of I think there's going to be an extra minus in here, but it's okay. Of screen height minus the scope, y. Screen height divided by the number divided by, actually, I'm going to do times 0.8. Okay, let's see how this looks.
Okay. Ooh.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There. Bottom. Oh, okay. So the bottom is a little, but all right. Well, close enough.
Ooh.
Our math is very wrong, but
Maybe you could just subtract a little bit off of it.
yeah. Over here. It looks like, okay, it looks like it's only a little bit off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that one's. Okay. So yeah, I would subtract a little bit off of it, and then I think we're getting close to done.
Yeah.
So that's, you know, most of a game. Let me also, I'll also change the Z index of the indicator so it's appearing above these balloons. Okay, I'm gonna do just that, and I'm gonna do the indicator, set the indicator Z depth to also be 10, maybe a little under the scope. Cool. Well, this has been the Arcade Advanced stream. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm Shannon. I'm at Shakao on the MakeCode forums.
And I'm Vivian at Live Cheerful on the MakeCode forums. Bye.